Welcome, everyone, to D&D. This is the first session that I'm running for the party and stuff. My name is MRxBERT. We also are joined by Knucklebones, Spartan, Team Nova, and Team Nova, who will be taking part in this campaign. So...
Wait, this is D&D? I had no idea.
No, it's not. Did you not think that? Nice.
I thought this was Star Wars Battlefront.
Yeah,
that's next month. So, for people who don't know, we are playing... Book club, nice. So for people who don't know, we're doing Baldur's Gate Descent into Avernus. And the party, this is session 1. Oh, I can't wait. So...
He's gonna try to destroy us at every turn.
Also,
he's a vindictive god.
Okay, you know what? I feel like because it's us, we can very easily change the name of this to Descent into Insanity.
You could, but we'll wait. Also, you can obviously hear the stream. There's no double audio or anything like last time, is there?
Let me unmute the stream.
Yeah, just check that there's no doubles like the echo we had last time. There shouldn't be. Perfect. Okay.
Nah, there isn't. We're good.
So, be prepared for me to read a whole load of text.
Uh-oh.
Right? So, little
Reading
bit...
never goes well, though.
I know, right. So, just to give you a little bit of knowledge, currently the party is split. Right?
Oh.
So currently, Nova and Knuckles, yous are together. Spartan is on his own, and Kim is obviously not here. Is on her own, right?
I mean, that sounds about right. Me and Knuckle kind of go together a lot.
So at certain points in the campaign, as we play, the characters will meet each other. So right now, you all get the same bit of information, but I will let you know who is where, and who is technically here and dealing with stuff, right? So, I shall begin the long paragraphs. This is going to be fun, chat. So, first one of my favorites from you fucking arseholes, Spartan. Right. Okay. This is massive, so this is going to take me a minute, right? So be right. So, here we go. Welcome to Baldur's Gate. A vibrant gnat's nest. A vibrant... I've already admitted that.
You'll get it eventually, don't worry.
Welcome to Baldur's Gate. A vegetable nest of rats and vipers clinging to the rock slopes overlooking the Charhon River. From there, the high perches in the upper city, the local nobles, also known as pathers, gaze down with bade comment upon the common rabble in the grim lower city, which hugs the foggy harbour. The whole of Baldur's Gate reeks of blood and crime and opportunity. One can easily fathom why pirates and traders are drawn to this place like flies to a carcass. Following the river further east would eventually lead you to Elturel, capital of the Holy Land of Elturgard, or at least that was the case until a few days ago. The flood of refugees from Elturel has gotten worse since the news first arrived that the city has fallen. Everyone is saying that Baldur's Gate is next, but no one truly knows who or what claim Elturel. The Parthers pay a mercenary army called the Flaming Fist to protect their interests in Baldur's Gate and by extension the city itself. The Flaming Fist has gained even more power since their charismatic leader Elder Ravengard claimed the title of Grand Duke a few years ago. Apparently, Ravengard is missing. In his absence, the Flaming Fist has sealed the city's gates to restrict the flows of refugees entering the city. No one is allowed in or out, and no one from Baldur's Gate is allowed in or out. All of this has brought to your attention shortly after... Excuse me, my throat's going dry. All of this was brought to your attention shortly after you arrived and you were drafted into the Flaming Fist to help defend the city. Your orders are to speak to Captain Zobag at the Balask Gate, which pierces the city's eastern wall and takes its name from the various statues that rest in the niches and perches atop the battlements. Unseen beyond the sealed blast gate is a dirt road that stretches through the outer city scums to a bridge known as Worm Crossing, then to the distant realms below. Dozens of flaming fist soldiers are trying to control an angry mob of commoners eagerly trying to leave the city. Armed with only a vague description of Captain Zolberg, a tall man with black long hair, leather eye patch, it takes you a while to find him. A fight breaks out between soldiers and commoners, and you finally spot the one-eyed captain as he waves to you fairly and begins to throw punches. Just another day in the cold blood city of Baldur Gate. So,
apparently they don't know that I have been banished from being a soldier if they're trying to draft me.
So, you have been drafted by the Flaming Fist and have been ordered to meet their captain, Zalborg. So, for the sake, are you going to go? So, in a sense, there's an option. You can go and meet him now, or you can go and do what you want. Do you wish to go and meet him? Now, this is specifically for Knuckles and Nova. Spartan, you currently have already met the captain and you are somewhere else, and we'll meet the party in a bit.
I mean, what else is there for us to do? Nuck,
It's up
what
to
do
you.
wanna do?
So,
Well,
I'm following Nuck on this one.
So, while we're doing this, why you decide why don't Knuckles and Nova introduce your characters that you'll be playing? So, for a wee introduction, so just the name of your character, the race, class, and what they look like. That's it.
okay.
So, Knuckles, do you want to go first?
Sure. So, I am playing Craven, a Hexblade Warlock.
Very nice.
It's confusing to say.
What does he look like?
While looking mostly human, I have a few notable features, such as almost what looks to appear to be a crown of thorns going from one temple to the other around the back of my head, as well as long dark hair that can't be cut, a strange gaunt appearance, and long split pointed ears.
Very nice. Anything else, or is that you?
I believe that's me.
You can also now see your character and stats on the stream. So, Nova, would you like to introduce your character to the stream and everyone in the party?
Alright, so I'm playing Kraken. Right? Kraken is a human rogue who was very briefly a soldier, or at least training to be a soldier, but then got kicked out for stealing something from the captain. Right?
Okay.
Because he got caught. So while he wasn't killed, because he's very good at talking his way out of situations, right? He was banished from being a soldier. Right? He's let's see, what are we on? Like description?
Yeah,
he's
so
kinda
what's it like?
He's a pretty charming looking guy. He's got long hair swept back. He wears a cloak that is very, I don't want to say super ornate, but it looks kind of like higher end. It kind of brings attention to him. It makes him look more reputable when he talks to you. Right? And it's all stuff that he would use to kind of con people or to persuade them when he's talking to them or trying to get information.
Okay. So, you and Knuckles, so Carvan and
So,
make the way to the captain at Balask Gate. So, Balask Gate in the map, I will show you. I will draw it on the map. So,
On the map.
right now, it's just it's the overview map. So, you're heading to here. That wee bit there is where you're heading to. That
okay.
is Balask Gate. So, you're making your way there. Now, you are not
Black
joined.
Gate?
Balask or Balask Gate. BLBASIAISK Gate. There is a wee journal
Where's
thing here.
Cool. So, Senric.
Oh, I don't see your little icons very well against this.
I've got, see the big red mark I've just put on the map?
Oh, that says Stone Eyes. That doesn't say Blast Gate.
That's
No.
that's,
Stone Eyes is the village just outside the
yeah,
gate.
That's,
The gate
but
is the
it's-
blast gate.
Right. So, Carvan and Cliss, you are not joined by your fellow party members. Rimrock, a few days ago, received a message from a courier, and upon reading it, he left on an urgent matter and says that he will meet up with you as soon as he can. You don't know when or where he'll meet you, but he said he'll meet up with you. Your other party member, the elf, has gotten herself into a bit of trouble and is currently dealing with some stuff, and will try to make contact with you as soon as possible.
Okay.
So, you just make your way to the captain at the gate. Yeah.
So, Senric, should we jump right into this manor, or should we take some time to find something else?
I mean, okay, so we're going to help some soldiers, apparently.
You have been drafted by the Flaming Fist, and you
look.
are ordered to meet the Captain Zolberg.
I prefer the terminology helping some soldiers. It makes it sound like good people.
Okay. Or Zolberg, sorry.
So,
Try not to bring up your past today.
yeah. So, if we're going over there, what's our equipment look like? Our equipment,
Your
we've got
equipment-
everything we need.
You've
yeah?
got everything you need, so you've got all your starter equipment that you've got. Everything starter equipment, pretty much fresh, ready to go. You are
Alright.
kind of wandering the city right now, so you're kind of jumping, squeezing through alleyways, seeing a couple of fights break out and stuff, but you're currently wandering. It's just, are you going to make your way towards the captain?
So, while I would like some different equipment, because I haven't really got what I prefer at the moment, I've been traveling light, I might be able to get it from the captain. What do you say, Cedric?
I can always just grab it. You can always just take it.
So
I think we'll head. I think we'll head towards the captain.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you make your way towards the captain.
I mean, they're
Okay.
soldiers. They've got lots of equipment.
So you make your way to Balask Gate. Upon arriving at Balask Gate, you notice an angry mob outside the gate trying to leave. You also notice that the soldiers and a couple of commoners have burst into fight, and that's where you notice the captain with his eye patch, in a sense, taking part, shall we say, to try and break up
Okay.
the fight. From what you know, the Flaming Fist take no prisoners when it comes to dealing with shit. They will beat the shit out of someone to get their point across, and won't really take no for an answer. They're more of a mercenary group than an actual guards, if that makes sense.
Yeah, they're not exactly a proper military force.
Yes. Upon arriving at the gate, the captain kind of smartens himself up, turns round and sees yourselves, Carvan and Derek. I will butcher your names for the first couple of sessions, and then they'll get put in my head, so don't worry. And kind of gives you a nod and points to a tent as he makes his way in.
Okay, so follow him into the tent.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, upon entering the tent, you notice the captain is behind this table that has a map of Baldur's Gate on it and that sort of stuff. He signals to his two... signal to the two of them, the two guards that are in the tent, and nods, asking them to leave and to stand outside and guard. The captain points to some seats and asks you to have a seat, and if you do, he will begin the next paragraph I need to read.
Okay, so I will very slightly overly slowly just sit down. Well, I don't take my eyes off them as I sit down.
Are there any valuables in this room?
There is no valuables. It's literally just imagine a tent, a table, a chair that he sits at, and two other chairs at this table with a map of Baldur's Gate. That's it.
Leading an army must have something on hand.
They're not. This is more like they've put this up here. They, in a sense, have locked Baldur's Gate down. This is more like a checkpoint that the captain is at to control his men. There's no valuables here.
Oh, okay. So this isn't like his tent.
No, it's just like a tent. Right.
It's just a tent.
Yeah.
Okay,
Captain kind of nods to you and says, I brought you here for the refugee crisis. This refugee crisis. This crisis has sparked fear in Baldur's Gate, the Baldur Gate people, and they think they may suffer the same fate as Elturel. Of which nothing remains from what I've been heard bar from my large hole in the ground. Apparently, to make matters worse, our Grand Duke Elder Ravengard was visiting Elturel on a diplomatic mission when the city was mysteriously destroyed. Coincidence? I think not. The Knights of the Elturel Guard call themselves Hell Riders. A few of them have escaped the destruction and think we are somehow to blame for Elturel's downfall. What a bunch of self-righteous rabbling warriors. We arrested them on sight, but that leaves us short-handed to deal with other matters. For that, I have asked you for your help. Will you help and assist me in matters in Baldur's Gate, or will you refuse? So,
well,
will you accept?
Considering that we're surrounded.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm gonna say to him, well, since we're good, upstanding people, and we love to help our people in armor. Right?
Yes.
We
see him
would like
nodding?
to hear more about what you need help with.
Sure,
And,
he kind of nods and goes to, if you are willing to help, it'd be fantastic. So, Baldur's Gate has long been played by followers of the Dead Free, the gods Bane, Val, and Murloc. I thought we had wiped them out, but apparently not. These providers of fear and death are taking advantage of this current situational crisis to commit a murder spree throughout the city. As my appointed deputies in this matter, you will have a license to kill these wretches on sight. Find their lair, wipe them out, eliminate anyone who gets in your way, and don't worry about collateral damage. If you do what I say, you will each receive 200 gold pieces in addition to my gratitude, which is considerably worth more than the gold. A few blocks away from Ballast Gate is the Elf Song Tavern. A spy named Tarina hangs out there gathering rumors for the guild. She owes me a favor, so tell her you work for me. Ask her what she knows about the Dead Free and for the love of Bulgarian. Be nice. Tarlina has dangerous friends. He kind of nods and passes you two badges that look like this. So you will see these in 2 seconds. Sends you, Spartan, you'll see this as well. Sends you some badges that look like this.
We become deputies.
You have become deputies. He also nods and says your other party members that he called for have already received the badges and have been sent on the assignments that they've been asked to do.
Okay. Well,
He kind of nods. Is there anything else that you wish to know or ask me before you make your leave?
Well, I can't exactly speak for my friend here, but this sounds like quite the dangerous venture you're sending us on. And it appears that we might be ever so slightly under-equipped.
He kind of
And
looks
so-
at you and kind of leans, waiting for you to hear what you're going to say.
So, while I understand you might be short-staffed, a small gift of some basic equipment, such as some medium armor and one of your basic swords, would be greatly appreciated.
He kind of looks at you and kind of laughs and says, What do you take me for here? A fucking charity?" It says, he said, "Look around. We are literally held together here with fucking bits and pieces. Our leader and captain is missing, and I'm trying to hold this place together. This is right now for gears and supplies. I've got none to spare, and from where yous are going, I don't think you'll need that much protection. This is the Elf Song Tavern is a tavern not far from the gates. If stuff goes down, we'll be there if need be, but trust me when I say this, that place is probably one of the safest places in Baldur's Gate right now."
Well,
It says, once you've completed your task and came back, you're getting 200 gold pieces each, shall I say. That's more than enough to
True.
buy any gear that you would need.
true, however, it is not the tavern I'm worried about, but more having to eliminate these dead three. If they're able to plague your...
He
quite
kind of nods and says,
well-trained soldiers.
I understand, but we don't have the supplies. I can point you to a shop that you could get gear from, and if you mention my name, they will give you a discount. But he kind of looks at the day, kind of looks out at the things. It's getting dark, so they're not going to be open until later, like the next day. I'll give you
Can
their
I
name.
roll a persuasion and
To
try
what?
to convince them
For what?
to see if you'll give us like a couple spare equipments.
You can try, but he has specifically said there is no spare equipment.
Yeah. Okay.
I was gonna say.
But he has said that he will give you the name of a place that once you have dealt with the first matter, when it becomes day again, will happily sell you stuff at a discounted price. You mention his name and show the badge. He kind of nods and says, "Is that reasonable?"
That's fair enough.
Thank you for the recommendation.
Can we ask for a down payment?
He kind of nods at you and says no, and says get on with it and get it done. And he passes you he kind of writes in a bit of paper and passes you the name of the shop. I'll send you the name of the shop later. It's quite a
Real
lot.
quick, the game's telling me to either reload application or log out.
Okay.
Why? Did you hit escape?
know.
Did you hit escape?
Did I? Oh, never mind.
There you go.
Thanks.
So you are making your way. He's making your way to the Elf Song Tavern.
Yep.
So Elf Song's Tavern isn't
Where's
too
that?
far
Where's that on the map?
here. That wee bit there. Is where Elf Song
Okay.
Tavern is.
So just above the S in Eastway. Sweet.
Yes. So
Bert, do you know what each and every one of these buildings is?
I know what most of them are.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
I
So
wasn't expecting that.
you
They're
make your
prepared.
way to the tavern. By the time you get there, it is becoming early evening, so it is getting dark, but the tavern is bustling. So, so
Got quiet.
yep.
Too quiet.
I am suspicious.
So, as you open the door, as you enter the Elf Song Tavern, you find yourself immediately enveloped by the heat and noise of the busy tap room. On one side of the entrance stands a hulk of a woman who clearly has some orc or even ogre in her bloodline. On the other side of the door
Her
is an
mother.
empty suit of armor. Not just an ordinary armor, you realize, as the empty helmet moves to glaze at you for a moment before returning its eyeless glaze to the tap room. The room itself is filled with a wide variety of patrons, all of which carry at least one weapon and some carrying multiple. While they're either discussing or laughing loudly or engaging in harsh conversations in private booths, no one seems to be particularly interested upon your entrance. 2 young male servers serve the tables, and a middle-aged man standing behind the bar gives you a nod as you enter. So I'm just going to load the other map. So give me 1 second. I'm going to load.
So we're just entering, right?
Right, so 1
How
second.
many people are standing up along the way to wherever we're at? We're headed to
So,
like the bar.
This
counter?
is so you can see the map.
No. Still
There we
one.
go.
It's loading.
Oh.
So once it loads in, let me know.
It hasn't for me yet.
Just give it a minute.
Yeah.
Oh, ooh.
So,
That.
welcome to the
5,
tavern.
4.
Cool. I'm right next to someone. So
Right.
we're looking for. What did they say the name of the person was?
Oh, sweat! Trust me, I've got like umpteen names I need to remember. The person you're looking for is Tarina.
Serena.
Tarina. Tarina.
Did they give a
Hey there.
description again?
They didn't give you a description.
I could assume. Well, considering what he said about them, I'm going to assume it's that absolute beast of a woman.
So
The one
there
that's-
is the women on. So you just enter. Upon entering, you notice a member that you have seen before, currently in the tavern playing some music. Spartan, would you like to introduce the
Spartans are
character
bard.
you will be playing?
I am a Dragonborn bard
Yes.
wearing a completely black with a little red lined sombrero, playing a lute with a kind of like a waistcoat jacket and some tatty trousers, kind of like a mariachi jacket, but throughout the rest of it, it's just like got bare arms and a midriff. Playing in the middle of the tavern.
Yep. So you're just sitting there playing. Right.
Hold up. Add a character for a moment. Why does it sound like you've stolen a band uniform from someone much smaller than you?
So
Why are you wearing a sombrero?
Why wouldn't he? Come on.
so
So you're not playing
Me-
Brim,
no.
okay?
so Brim has gone. Brim's dealing with something else, and Spartan is playing. What is your character's name?
El Nonio.
I knew it.
Oh no.
El Julio. He is playing a bard, and is, for
Amazing.
all intents and purposes, within your dark secret, the instigator.
Ooh.
That sounds about right at this point.
So, you can see You see El Junio playing the banjo. I think it's banjo.
Hold up, that's terrifying. We all have high charisma.
Playing the banjo, and upon you entering, nods and makes kind of like signals of kind of like ushers you over, and Spartan, you in a sense say that you were sent here by the captain. You've been here for a couple of days, but you've not, and you kind of say like you haven't met anyone who is Tarnia. You then say to him that obviously you point to the suit of armor, which is a suit of armor that is animated, the ogre / orc woman that looks to be a bouncer, and the two male servants that are currently serving drinks, and you point to the male owner of the elf song behind the bar, which is just here.
So this suit of armor,
Yes.
right? Does it have any gold on it? A bag of gold or something?
You
Gonna
can
try and rob an
you can-
animated suit of armor.
you can
Yeah.
you can check. Yeah, give me a perception check.
Okay, perception. Give me a second. Let me find it.
By the way, my character is fascinated with that armor.
20.
20.
That's damn.
So you investigate the armor, and there is nothing of value there. It is literally a suit of armor.
No weapons either? Like, no daggers?
It's got a sword, but it's currently holding it in its hand.
Ah.
I just love the idea you can walk into a bar and you're like, I'm gonna rob security.
Yeah. What about that female?
The female this female is sitting staring at you two at the door, like
This bitch.
looking at you. I think
But she's gotta have some gold on her, no?
you
She
can
could bench press you to death.
perception
Not-
check to see if you can see a bag of gold on her. 6. There's nothing. That's persuasion you rolled. But we'll take that as perception.
Oh shit, that was persuasion?
Yes.
Oh fuck.
Which means you rolled a 2. You poor bastard.
No, I rolled a 6. It's the number above the total. It's the 6. I can see it's weird. I see the.
Yeah, but
proper
it
to-
No, it
show-
shows the 6 for me, which means he rolled a natural 2 and then got a +4 to
Oh,
persuasion.
yeah,
That was a 2.
yeah. That's bad. That's bad.
That's
That's
bad.
bad. So
I'm
There's
blind.
nothing it kind of signals to you and stuff like, and it's out to clear the door because you are blocking the entrance.
Alright, so where do we wanna go in? We're gonna go meet up with our fucking sombrero boy.
Yeah, I'm gonna hurriedly make my way over to Mr. El Nano.
Okay, so you make your way over to El Hanyo, who's playing the banjo. Upon
Salute.
walking the loop,
Goddammit.
whatever it is, you kind of nod to the other members that are playing, and you kind of like step down into the music and talk to your party. So,
Hello, amigos. How are you?
I am great now that I've seen an animated suit of armor as a bodyguard. That thing is sweet.
I've been told he's here all the
I'm not great. I was hoping these people would have some money.
You only checked the security. Why would they carry money? You're a
Because they're
terrible
working
mate.
here, they're getting paid.
I swear to God, Senric, if you take a single coin off of these people, I'm going to kill you. I swear to God. These people pay good money to hear me play, okay? Okay?
And Nanya, I have been dealing with Cedric on my own for a few days now.
I can tell.
And while
Okay.
he might be a good pickpocket, he could not pick a target to save his life.
He looks like a bag of meat. He could get knocked over at any second.
oh my
Judging by the
god.
look, judging by the look in his eye, he wants to knock back a barrel of meat.
I mean, yes, but I'm gonna hold on to my money for now.
Mm-hmm. So,
Can I go over to the bar and order a...
yeah, you can walk up the bar. Yeah.
Who's the lady by the bar?
Drinking.
It's not. What do you mean, the lady by the bar?
Is that a lady? That looks like, oh, that's a dude. That's just a trap.
Do you make your way up to the bar?
I will make my way up to the bar.
So upon making me up to the bar, the owner proprietor,
Me friends.
this is nods to you and gets out some drinks. Kind of puts his hand up. He doesn't want any money from you because obviously you've been playing some music. And It says, these your fellow comrades that you've been telling me about. Pleasure to meet you. I'm Alan, the owner and proprietor of this beautiful tavern. And the description wise, he is a half elf, dressed in sort of like bits and pieces of armor. More, I've signed a portrait so you can see him. This is what he looks like. So some armor, some nice armor. He has these, half elf. The ears are there, but a lot more human features over an elf, and kind of nods and says, so what? Why are you? So he kind of nods and says, what brings you to the Elf Song Tavern? You're not here to try and hear the luscious music from our lovely.
It's definitely not that.
From our lovely spiritual ghostly figure that sometimes plays at this bar.
This one's a good one.
Ghostly figures sound fun.
Yeah.
Hey, can I roll a quick perception for that person behind me?
Sure. Sure. Not gonna stop you.
Can I counter roll him to try and stop him?
He's a goddamn
It's
kleptomaniac.
7. You, upon looking at the person behind you, he's literally taking orders and serving drinks.
You
That's
know,
all he's doing.
I'm entirely imagining that because he first thought this was a chick, right? He looked over to try and like figure out, like, wonder what he has in his pockets, and just ends up just staring at the guy's dick.
So, Alan.
Thinking to myself, man, that's a lot bigger than I expected.
So, Alan kind of nods to you and says, maybe. It says how long he's planning on staying tonight. It says maybe you'll hear the beautiful music from our ghostly patrons.
So I will lean forward.
Yep.
Placing my arms sort of half crossed onto the counter.
Yep.
Sort of leaning forward.
Uh-huh. He kind of like leans in and says, this is what can I help you with?
And I sort of very cheerfully sort of say, like, one, your security is absolutely fantastic.
It's only the best of the Elf Song. Only the best.
That armor
Oh, that
is
armor. Oh,
very,
yeah.
very intriguing.
That armor cost me an
What
arm
about
and a
the woman?
leg. And the female, she's as tough as nails. She can snap you like a twig if she felt like it. 'Cause you don't want to get on the wrong side of her.
Looks like it too. Lean forward a bit, like, well, at least it didn't cost you the arm and the leg, literally.
You kind of, because it says, whatever you do, just, since it's your first time, it says, keep yourself to yourself. It says, don't interrupt, don't, bother any of my
I
workers.
just got that joke, and that makes
Yeah.
me angry.
It says, or, it kind of looks,
What
or,
joke?
it kind of
He
points,
said
or,
at least it didn't cost you an arm and a leg.
Yeah.
Think Full Metal Alchemist Knuckle.
Yeah. That's,
and he kind of points and says,
That's disgusting.
have a nice time, but don't bother or try to do anything to my workers. Or and he kind of points to the suit of armor and the ogre.
Amigo, I've already told them.
Clunk the armor, and Shakuna, the half ogre, will deal with you. Perfect. And he slides you your drinks and
Her
says,
name was Jakuna. Oh my God.
Shakuna, Elon, and says, you should know you've been trying to chat her up, but it sounds like for a few days since you've been here. You and your bardish music. And it says, anything else I can help you with, feel free to ask. And please stay, because you never know. You might hear
Nobody, I
the
don't
beautiful
know their
songs.
Tell me more about this apparition. I have
So-
an interest in such things.
She
Spartan,
comes during the night. I've heard a lot.
yes, so
She
K-
comes
kinda-
and sings so
yes.
beautifully.
kind of sets a notes. It is exactly. She appears at random at nights and sings beautiful songs to these patrons that are in this lovely tavern. No one knows when she appears, but when she appears, this music is delightful. It says it's a young elvish female that will appear and begin to sing and dance. And that's where this tavern gets its name from. The Elf Song Tavern. That's why people come to try to get a glimpse of this beautiful female that sings beautiful songs.
Very intriguing.
Yes, this maybe.
I say it sounds to me like they need the glimpse of a woman in general.
He kind of looks at you and kind of giggles. You're maybe right, my friend. So he kind of nods to you. Says, "Is there anything else I can get you? Anything else? Just feel free to ask." And he kind of goes back to work. So, you're in the tavern and you need to find your contact. You've not found her.
Well, I turn immediately
Mhm.
to El Nano,
Yep.
who's been here a few days, and ask if
Yeah,
he
maybe.
knows where the contact is.
So,
I have no clue.
Elhano, you don't, as I said, have no clue. You have seen people come and leave. A lot of the people that are here that are the same people that you've seen every night. There is an upstairs to this tavern that's like a games room sort of thing that people go up and play like games and gamble. That sort of thing. You have seen some people go up there, and it may or may not be worth checking, but you
I want
haven't
to check
seen
it.
anyone.
They've got money.
Okay.
They're
Okay.
gambling.
So, suddenly, while you are having this conversation and getting your drinks, suddenly you hear a large crash followed by some intense shouting coming from the above that silences the tea room below. A few seconds later, a bewildered elderly woman scrambles down the stairs, and at the bottom she turns back and shouts back up the stairs, "Ah, fine you lot, pushing an old woman down the stairs. Fools too. I wasn't asking the all-seeing to help me cheat. I'll ask him to help me uncover the real cheater. Yes, said it. Should be Tarana. Kicked off the table, not me."
2 days ago, she lost so hard.
And you see this elderly woman kind of walk out.
So that would mean they're upstairs.
This is the stairs right here, right?
Yes. So do you make your way?
I'm gonna make my way.
Yep, make your way up.
I'm gonna finish my drink and follow him just to make sure he doesn't fucking do shit.
That
Oh.
was neat. I like that transition.
It's cool,
I
innit?
will also follow.
That's cool. That automatically will transition you upstairs. So, upstairs, give me 1 second and let me read the description for you.
All right, I should probably not be all the way in because I. need
Well,
to-
you can be in. So, upstairs is the dining room. Lit lanterns hang from the rafters in this windowless room. Rugs cover the wooden floor to help dampen the noise of the drunk patrons gathered in the two large tables, eating and playing games of Baldur's dice. So, upon arriving, you can see this table, the two tables, the rugs, and all that stuff. You notice that around the table there are some patrons, male and female, currently playing a game of Baldur's dice. You do notice that the table nearest you here, there is an empty seat that no one is currently playing at, and a group of patrons are currently playing a game with a female. You also notice around the places are doors that are all closed.
Bert, didn't I set my proficiency in one of those games?
What do you mean?
But which one did I set it in?
What do you mean?
Dice? Was it card? I think I set it in cards.
I'll have a look at your character sheet for you. I believe it was cards.
Yeah, it's cards.
Playing cards, yeah. So,
So do you want to play Cedric or should I?
So it's dice they're using.
it's a game called Baldur's Bones. So I'll give you a description of Baldur's Bones for the user aware. Baldur's Bones is a popular dice game in the taverns of Baldur's Gate. Each player requires several 6-sided dice. So in a sense, it's like a dice game. You roll dice in this game, and depending on circumstances, you can stand roll, and whoever rolls the highest wins, but must not exceed 21. You exceed 21,
Right.
you go bust.
So, question: how many people are at the table?
There are currently, so you've got someone at the head.
There's one seat free.
There,
Okay.
here, here, and here. This seat
I
here
recognise
is free.
everyone.
You recognize a
recognize.
few of them, but you don't recognize the person that's sitting here. This
So,
person here is new.
I wanna basically circle the table until I'm like right here, lean in as if I'm trying to watch, right, and like compliment on the game, and then
Yeah.
try to pickpocket one of these people.
Okay,
Instantly.
so I'll move your character to make this a bit easier if you want. So
Okay.
you make your way here. You're admiring the game, watching them play. You attempt to pickpocket the one that's here. I need you to roll me a sleight of hand.
All right. Sleight of hand.
13. Upon doing so, you manage to swipe a small pouch that contains 3 copper pieces. Not a lot, but you manage to swipe that. Upon doing so, the person sitting here looks at you. Doesn't say anything, but gives you a kind of looks and says, "Would you like to join us for a game, my friend?"
Can I like go up behind this bloke that's here?
It's a female.
I pull
okay,
out
the
one of the
female
copper
that's
coins and throw
Yeah.
it in and say, "Okay, I'll join in." It seems
Right,
like
so-
a very interesting game you guys are playing.
You have
So it
joined
sounds-
in,
It sounds like what dice blackjack. We can't exceed 21.
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna move
How many-
over here.
Can I...
Actually, here's a question: how many dice do they roll at a time?
okay, right now they roll.
Like, is it the
Each
same as?
player rolls 3 dice, then proceeds clockwise around the table, with the host of the game the last to roll. At the end of the turn, the player can choose to stand or roll, so they roll 3 dice.
So it's okay. It's literally dice blackjack. Okay,
Pretty much.
sweet.
That's
So
pretty much.
roll 3 dice, and then that's your number.
Pretty much. But we're not. You won't be doing this in the game Foundry. You will do a roll. I will determine whether or not it beats the other person's roll. So it's a simple rolls, right? To make it easier.
Okay.
So you have sat down. El Honro, are you going behind this female?
I'm going behind this female and I'm going to whisper in her ear, "You're not. You're." Fuck. I was had it in my
I
head.
thought you were gonna say
Fuck,
you're
I'm-
not worthy.
You're not the regular here, Miha.
She kind of looks
Okay,
at you and says, no, my friend, I'm here. I'm here just to make some money.
During the game, I want to play distraction. So
Okay.
whenever anyone tries to bluff or
She,
when Senric tries to bluff, I'm gonna actually fucking I'm gonna try and distract her, trying to get her attention, just so she's not on her game. Try and mess with her game a little.
okay. What are you doing, Carvan?
Okay, so I sort of walk up to this corner of the table,
Uh-huh.
which is sort of where I've tried to place myself,
That's fine.
and I take careful watch, learning
Sure.
the rules of the game.
Sure. So for the sake
What,
of this,
as Cedric sits down to play, I take note of what's happening,
perfect.
and I have a few little ideas.
Yeah. So the person here, it says, "What's your name? What's your name? What's your name?" And she's pointing to you, Senric. Can look at you. What is your name?
The name's Senric.
Ah, Senric. Welcome, welcome. I'm Tarina. Tarina. Pleasure to meet your acquaintance. Pleasure. So,
I'd
have
say
you played
it's always
before?
a pleasure to meet a beautiful woman. That's what.
Have
I'd
you
say.
ever played before?
No, but I'm hoping luck is on my side.
Ah, you'll pick it up, quick, and she gives you some, she shows you some dice. So, are you going to, so, the sense of this, I'm going to need you to roll me a d20. Right? We're simplifying this quite a bit. I'm not going to get you to roll dice. You're going to roll me a d20. She will roll d20, but I will let you know. You will see what she rolls. You kind of hide your dice, right? So, she will roll, you'll roll, so on and so on. You can
Sure.
either say stick or roll. If you say roll, you get to re-roll to try and beat her. She will either say stick or roll. You can try to cheat, right? By doing right.
Oh,
No,
by like flipping
surely I
it
can
while
give
I'm
him-
covering it.
And since Spartan said that he will try to distract, you will have advantage if you try to cheat.
Okay. So let's say
I-
I'm confused. So I'm gonna roll and see what that number is, and then
You're
decide
gonna roll.
if I'm gonna re-roll.
You're gonna roll a d20.
There you go.
Tarina is also gonna roll a d20.
Okay, so with this D20 roll,
And I can do
Because-
sleight of hand to fuck
Try
with
and fudge the roll.
it. Yeah.
so the way it would normally work is you roll 3 dice and then each person rolls once,
Yes.
like going around clockwise to try and get to 21 without busting, right?
Yes.
Literally blackjack.
Literally a blackjack, but in the sense of D&D, in the sense of this campaign, you're literally rolling a d20 and trying to get the higher number. Right? That's how it's going to work.
Speed it up
Because
a little bit as
it
well.
speeds it up and we're not having to roll fucking dice after dice after dice after dice after dice. Right? So,
Which makes sense. It's just I had a. You'll
Next.
see.
So, she rolls first, puts her hand over it, looks at you to roll. Henrik,
I roll. Do I roll the d20?
just roll a d20, straight d20. 6.
6.
Now, she can't see this.
What?
She can't see this. You can either now attempt to cheat or bluff.
I'm gonna do a sleight of hand.
Okay, so
With what's his with Nuck,
band.
you're distracting, right? Wait, who's
Elhon,
distracting?
Elhon's distracting. So,
Oh.
Elhon, you have advantage in
I'll-
this.
I'll just start playing my lute and like whispering in her ear.
Yeah,
You're
doing that,
trying to
so do it.
seduce her in your sombrero.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I look at Senric implying that I might have an idea.
Okay, so what is your idea, just so I know what you need to do here?
When he reveals his dice,
Uh-huh.
I'm going to cast Minor Illusion
Okay.
over the tops of the dice to make them look as though they are the perfect roll.
Okay. This is all going to happen at the same time here. So, Senric, I need you to roll sleight of hand
Sleight of
with
hand.
advantage. 10, roll that
Oh
again.
shit! How
Just
do
roll
I-
it again.
Oh,
Just roll it twice.
oh.
13. Right. With that, you can successfully bump your roll up to 11.
Okay.
She is distracted and hasn't known you doing this. She kind of says, call, and lifts her hand up to reveal her dice. She reveals that she has an 11. In a sense, she reveals to have a total of 11.
Which would be the
Upon-
same as.
Upon revealing yours, Carvan, you tried to cast Minor Illusion.
Hmm.
I need you to roll Minor Illusion.
It doesn't have a roll.
Wait, describe to me Minor, like, what does it do?
It's a cantrip.
Yep.
You can create a sound or image of an object within range that lasts for the duration of 1 minute.
Mhm.
The illusion also ends if you dismiss it as an action or cast the spell again. If you create a sound, its volume can range from a whisper to a scream. It can be your voice, someone else's voice, whatever. If you create an image of an object, such as a chair, muddy footprints, or a small chest, it must be no larger than a 5-foot cube. The image can't create sound, light, smell, or any other sensory effect. Physical interaction with the image reveals it to be illusion because things pass right through it. However, I'm just making the faces of the dice change.
I'm reading this as well. Right. So, you have cast Minor Illusion. She has to do a check now to see if she can either see through the illusion or is fooled by the illusion from reading this. If a creature uses an action to examine the sound or the image, the creature can be determined that the illusion can, in a sense, be tricked of the illusion if they fail the check.
That's
but isn't
if
she
they.
also
That's
being
if.
partially distracted by
Yeah, that's
fucking
if
sombrero
they. That's
boy over
if
here?
they choose
can
to
I have-
examine.
can I roll
That's
performance
But
for
she's
that?
going to look at the dice.
Oh yeah,
she's
she's
gonna
gonna
look-
be eyeballing them hard.
She's going to look.
Yeah, but can I, like roll performance in order to keep her distracted to stop her from seeing the
Yes.
illusion?
So she rolls with disadvantage in the sense of this. She'll be rolling with disadvantage.
okay.
So you don't need to roll, but the performance is fine. So she's going to roll.
You've got a perfect roll though.
Very much. So it's
Mi amor.
So it's a contested against my spell save.
Yeah, so it is a...
I've got to roll above a 13, I believe.
Okay. Okay. She rolled a natural 1.
Sweet.
Looking at the dice, she looks and she kind of pats you in the shoulder. Well, my friend, the luck is with you today. And she kind of let the coins get, you kind of let the pool of coins get past you. I'll give you the total once the game's done.
I
She
turned
kind
to her
of...
and I said, "Don't worry, it's just beginner's luck. I'm sure I'll get bad real
it's
soon."
fine, it's fine. And she looks at you.
We're literally hustling this person.
You
This is
are.
what we're doing.
While she was passing you the coins, she noticed that on your like
Hold on.
chest.
Hold on 1 second. I love the fact that we're hustling the quest giver.
It's fine. So, upon passing you the coins, she notices that on your chest is the badge of the Flaming Fist. Upon doing so, she kind of looks at the other people at the table and gives them a nod. They all leave the table, and it is just Tarina and you, Cynric,
How much
Elhon,
coin did I
and
win?
Rick. About 20 copper pieces.
Ah, alright.
We walked into a room and made
Right.
23 copper pieces.
She kind of nods at you, nods at the rest of you to have a seat.
Where is the gold on D&D Beyond? I've lost it.
On your character sheet, it is under... I'll tell you right now.
She had it like 2 seconds ago. Now I can't find it.
Should be under equipment somewhere, shouldn't it?
No.
In saying that, I have a
it's-
silver coin.
it's currency. Ah, there we go.
Where is that? Where is it?
It's in equipment. You go to equipment and it says top currency.
Oh, where's
At
equipment?
the top.
Oh.
Got it?
Currency, mine's blank.
You want to split
Currency.
this?
So
You wanna split
I
this?
have what? 15? Wait, no, I've got 15 gold. So then I should have what? How much copper? Like
It's
23?
30, isn't it? It's 30 copper.
23
It's 23 copper.
Because I stole 3
and 120.
and I won
Wait.
20.
How am I over my carrying capacity?
8 copper.
Ignore it. It's just a warning. It kicks out of character capacities. Just ignore it.
Fair
So
enough.
do you want me to just adjust that?
Yeah, you adjust it. So she nods at you all to have a seat around the table.
No, I have a seat. I have a seat right here.
Yeah, I have a seat as well.
He kind of looks and says, I'm guessing the captain sent you.
Since no one
Give
else
me a
is.
more, and I kiss her hand as I shake
She
it.
kind of says yes. He said to expect some people here about gathering information.
I sort of laugh at El Nonya's thing and just sort of say, yes, we were sent by the captain.
That's good. It says I'll give you the information that you require, but I want you to do something or at least help me a little bit. My past
Yes.
has come back to haunt me. I want, if you can, just spend some time here in the tavern and act as my patrons, but keep a watch out for some people that might be looking for me. My old crew has managed to track me down and are looking for revenge. I'm only asking that you spend some of the night here drinking, playing games, and having some fun, but assisting me if the case arises that they decide to arrive. All I ask, if nothing happens, I'll give you the information. If you help me, I'll also give you the information. The win-win for yous, no matter what. I'm just asking for a little bit of help.
I
Inconvenient,
said,
really.
or that sounds like a good idea, but we may want to be shown around the remainder of the building just so
You
we
kind
know
of-
all the ways they can get in.
So she kind of says that and says the only way in is the front entrance at the front, which has got the two of them at the front, but they don't really get involved with things that happen with the patrons at the bar. Fights
Kinda
go right between the
turn
patrons.
To Senric.
Uh-huh.
I kind of turn to Senric and say, Amigo, all we have to do is protect her, really.
Is
We
that
do not have to protect the building, just her. If we stay with her, we can
Uh-huh.
protect her. That is all.
Effectively, what you're asking it to do
uh-huh?
What you're asking us to do
bodyguards?
is act as your personal guard
Mhm.
for the same thing we were coming here for free.
She didn't know that. She said, well, you were here to help? I was told that you're only here for information. If you're here to, in a sense, protect me from the information, that's perfectly fine. It's part of what you're doing. I only got told that some adventurers and people with the Flaming Fist were arriving to get some information on the dead free. Nothing else.
Yeah, but yes, but
Adventurers
now,
first,
but now
then.
you're telling us to act as your bodyguard.
I'm not in a sense asking. I'm just, if you are willing to assist me, I can give you the information and stuff. All I'm asking is if stuff was to happen, if you will assist and, in a sense, help protect me and possibly deal with my crew if they so much arrive. If they don't turn up, I'll give you the information. I'm just asking for a little bit of assistance because this information, it was very difficult to come by. I had to risk a
Well.
lot.
Well, I propose we make a deal.
I'm willing. What is your proposition?
If things are to go down and we get into some
Uh-huh.
trouble protecting you for
Oh.
this information,
Yep.
I merely ask for a small bit of compensation for each of us.
What would you be
Just
looking for?
I was just thinking a couple coin.
How about 2 gold pieces each?
That is more than fair.
Fantastic.
Fine with
Perfect.
me.
Deal? She kind of puts her hand out to you, Carvan, and kind of asks, "We got a deal?"
Sure.
Shakes the hand.
I slowly bring my hand forward
Mhm.
while maintaining direct eye contact without
You-
blinking and shake their hand.
We have
I
a deal.
turn to her and I say, our drink's gonna be on the house tonight. 'Cause we're gonna be here all night.
It says,
On
"Don't,
the house
don't,
for me, amigo.
don't worry. I'm pretty sure your drinks will be free because of your friend here," and looks at you, Ilhon. Just trust me, your drinks are sorted. So she suggests, it says, feel free to kill some time. Maybe play some dice. Nothing needs to be wagered. You can just play, have some fun, make it look like we're just a bunch of random people that are making some music, playing some dice. And if anything
Don't
arises,
mind
it
if
arises.
you, go downstairs and play a gig, and then I'll be right back up. I'll go downstairs with my loot.
Yep, there you go.
Now.
Head down the stairs.
I'm gonna remain upstairs to see if another
You're gonna remain
game
upstairs?
starts.
So,
Yeah, I'm gonna keep playing these games.
so in a sense, right now you will be playing these games and stuff. So in a sense, you're playing games, Spartan, Ilhon. You are down playing some music, all that sort of thing. So that's what's going to happen right now. If there's anything you wish to do between now and a certain, I'll roll a dice for a certain amount of time. If anything happens, that sort of thing between now and then. So I'm going to roll a dice. Okay. So I'm rolled.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything you want to do between now and say about an hour? You've got about an hour.
So I'm gonna
mean-
be playing this set for like an hour. So after that hour, I'm gonna go back upstairs.
Right, so
I'm going to, during that hour at some point, go down and grab a drink and then come back up.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. I
So-
would get a couple drinks.
let's
Pretty
make
much.
As I go past me, I go, just say my name, amigo.
let's simple this way. Use your head downstairs to get
You
your
drink
drinks.
for free.
Tarina, I'm going to butcher Tarina. Kind of nods at you and says that she'll stay up here and kind of like signal, kind of see the other patrons that have been playing kind of join the table a bit again and play. And she says, "This is I'll be here. You just head down to get drinks." So you all head down to get drinks.
Okay.
So while you just head down to get drinks, you meet Ilhon, who's currently getting a drink and making his way back up. Upon doing so you don't go back up. Stop. So we'll make this so you all kind of go down and get your drinks. Just gonna drag you into position, right?
Cool.
Upon doing so, the tavern falls quiet
Or grabbing drinks.
as you're grabbing drinks. The tavern falls quiet, and the lanterns dim. A fog starts to, in a sense, rise from the floor, and a ghostly female elf arises. Elhon, you recognize this female as the elf that sings at the elf song. You hear the patrons of this establishment clap and applause as she arrives. She begins to sing some songs. Any out of curiosity, does anyone hear speak Elvish?
Henrik does.
Oh no, me. I do.
Perfect. You hear this, you all hear this beautiful singing coming from this ghostly thing as she walks and dances around the tavern of songs of love and loss between two elves that have fallen in love, died, been reborn again, and fallen in love again. A lot of songs about love and other stuff.